welcome to What Am I Rolling? A twice monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 2 of our Land of Eem one-shot, so make sure you've listened to the first part before continuing on with this episode. To briefly recap, Amy, Naomi, Callum and Elle are playing 4 adventurers who have been tasked to retrieve the property deed to the famous Wally's and Waffles WAIR Tavern. The dungeoneering outfit known as Subterranean Pits and Lairs LLC claims that they own Wally's after taking over the nearby town of Firedamp. Now, Subterranean Pits and Lairs want to shut down the tavern for good. If Wally has the deed, he'll be able to prove once and for all that Subterranean Pits and Lairs have no claim to his land. The trouble is, Wally can't find the deed. He believes it is in his basement, which, let's be fair, is an utter disaster. In fact, it's kind of infested with man-eating killer rats. Whenever a player does something and the outcome is in question, they should make a check to find out what happens next. To make a check, the player must roll a d12 and add or subtract the modifier of the skill that's being used. The final result determines the type of success or failure that occurs, and there are 5 types of check results. Getting a 12 or more is a complete success. Getting a 9, 10 or 11 is just a regular success. Getting a 6, 7 or 8 is a success with a twist. Getting a 3, 4 or 5 is a failure with a plus. And finally, getting a 1 or a 2 is a complete failure. I don't want to get too bogged down with all the details in playing the Land of Eem RPG, just because I couldn't do it justice in the time we have. If you want to find out more, be sure to check out the official Land of Eem website. That's landofeem.com/land-of-eem-RPG. And download the official open beta bundle, which includes the quick start guide used for this one-shot as a pay what you want for product on Drive-Thru RPG. For this one-shot, we use the following Pregen Characters, which can be found in the Land of Eem beta quick start rules. We had Kiri Candleheart, the Bard, Riley Springle, the Loyal Chum, Squeege, the Dungeoneer, and Vorika Rinch, the Rascal. Note, we definitely started changing it to Vorshika rather than Vorika, because I'm incapable of reading words aloud, so apologies to designers on that one. The adventure we used was Wally's Waffles and Rats, which can also be found in the beta quick start guide. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. So, with all that out of the way, let's get back to the Land of Eem. So as you open the door and again feel around for the fantasy light switch and switch it on, you can see what is, as Squeegee sort of described, or sort of motioned in a way, an office. You can see there is like a big table and a sort of arm-back chair, a huge sort of library of books put on a shelf there. In the corner, there is a very small old suit of armour, which would fit a very short person, it says here. And then on to the right of you, there is like a very small table with a little ship in a bottle. But what catches your eye straight away is the massive hole behind the armchair, where it looks like something has clawed its way out, and into it you see a tunnel going deeper into the darkness. Next to the big hole is a painting, and you recognise one of the people in the painting is of Wally. And you remember him sort of saying about his sort of going on to the seas and being a big sort of ship captain and stuff. You can see he's there in front of a ship with what looks like to be his first mate called Leaf Lavender. They're sort of there like smiling, very, you imagine those paintings in the taint, very sort of a ha-ha with a big floppy hat and stuff. But yeah, that is it in this room. What would you like to do?
To admire the painting.
It's very good.
It's a good painting.
Good
Wally
painting.
looks so happy in this painting. Maybe he goes back to being sailor after this.
Do you think the ship in the bottle is the ship Wally sailed on?
Wally would have grown very much if he sailed ship in bottle.
Vorsica, you have a look over at both the ship in the painting and the ship on the thing, and yeah, striking resemblance.
Okay, now I go look in desk because we were looking
Yes,
through
I
these.
would like to look around the shelves and see if there's anything that's, like a box file or anything of that sort.
Ye olde medieval fantasy filing cabinet.
Hey, there's fantasy light switches here, so I'm totally up for that.
Fantasy filing cabinet. That's
fantasy
what
filing cabinets. Yeah, anyone who wants to search can do. Do a search
Okay.
check for me.
2, I see nothing. I'm very distracted by thought of Wally being very small and sailing ship in bottom.
Indeed.
That is a 6 on search.
All right.
7.
Vosika?
7.
7. Again, you folks sort of look around. You don't really find anything in the desks and chairs and stuff. If anything, you're making more of a mess. And you see down, like, there was something on the ground, but you've made a mess of it now. Again, the dust is everywhere, so...
You really think Wally sailed this ship?
I never imagined him as an adventurer before.
No, but he is so tall, and he would step on it and break it.
That is true.
It's a model.
Is a mod... What?
Like how the painting isn't actually Wally. This isn't actually the ship.
But you said it was this ship.
The painting is of Wally, yes?
Yes, is of Wally.
And this is of the ship that Wally sailed.
Is not
So
of
he
Wally.
was smaller once.
Yes, that is what I think too.
Yes,
He-
yes, he was smaller once.
That
Yes.
explains why. Maybe these rats are not so big.
Maybe Wally also ate glowing cheese. Maybe Wally also ate the glowing cheese. That is how he got
That's
it.
what happened. He ate
Yes.
the glowing cheese.
Anyone can make for me a lore check very quickly.
I think I want to.
Only if they want to.
12 plus 2.
Wally definitely was the same size as on the ship. That's not history. That's just known fact.
Riley knows this and keeps this to herself.
Kitty and Squeegee very pleased with himself for solving puzzle. Wally ate glowing cheese was once very small.
I goo.
Squelch.
I hate that you made that a thing. Sorry, Vorsica, what were you saying?
Rapidly losing faith in the integrity of this team.
Shall we, perhaps have to explore the horrible dark tunnel?
You mean, do we now get to delve deep into the dungeon and see what fortune awaits us?
Yeah, you can go first, Squeege.
Go Squeege! I will hold banana.
So you're making your way into the tunnel.
Yes, I hold banana.
You hold banana. Yeah, banana's like, no, not again, not the dark. And as you go in, right. So as you're going into the tunnel, you can see there's like splintered wood and loose earth all over this thing. And you can see now animal tracks leading to and from and all over the tunnel floor. And the tunnel gets narrower and narrower until you're crawling on hands and knees. And then, Squeege, as you're at the front, using your dark vision, you see there is something up ahead that's sort of lying. It's like some sort of creature that's lying on its back in the dark. And you sort of hold up everyone else behind you.
Sort of wobble as if I've been behind me.
How big are the footprints of the things that we're looking at?
That's a very good question. Make for me a a wilderness check. Sorry.
Oh, well, that's only a 1. But I have a plus 2.
They're fairly big. They're like, they're bigger than your hands.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
You're currently also stuck in this tunnel with Squeege, like, holding everyone up because they've seen something ahead.
What's going on?
I don't know.
I will say there's no fantasy light switch in this tunnel, oddly enough.
Oh, am I the only one that can see what's going on?
I don't think anyone else has dark vision as a result, or can see in the darks.
Proficiency in seeing in the dark, yeah.
The ability to see past you.
I mean, I know you are translucent, but I still can't see.
This is a job for Zam, my best boggle.
Don't forget to loosen the lid first.
Why are you so mean to Banana?
All right. Banana has earned his time in the spotlight.
Yes,
Come forth,
Banana, you can do
It
it.
is your turn.
Banana, the boggle goes, no, I'm only used once per session unless you spend a quest point. Whereas Zam goes here, there, and everywhere.
In that case, what happens is I go, yes, it is now Banana's turn in the spotlight, and I put the banana and send Zam, but make it look like to Kiri, like I'm giving Banana a shot.
Yay, banana!
No. I'm not going to make you roll for that, because that's just...
Or like trickery.
I'll go for trickery, fuck it. And you got a 9 for it. Zam, pretending to be Banana, does the whole, like, oh, I'm a banana, like, routine. Quickly goes into darkness, like, sort of goes up to the creature very, very quietly, looks around, like, starts touching whatever it is, and then pulls something out of it, and comes scurrying back, and it's like, ha! And Squeegiee's like, look what I found! And it's a knife. A knife!
A knife!
Covered in
Not
blood.
a knife, Zam.
And Zam's like, dead.
Dead. They're dead, everyone. It's perfectly safe.
Great.
What killed it? Why is there a knife down here? Who has a knife? Do the giant rats have knives?
I have a knife. I'm the only person who has a knife. Everything's fine.
Great. Squeege, go first and stab things as we meet them. Is perfect.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Genius.
Okay.
All right, so what's the plan, sorry?
Continue forward, but now I have a knife.
You do indeed. You get there and you come upon this dead killer rat, and actually seeing one up close is actually quite terrifying. It is like the size of your like a humanoid's arm, from like tail to nose, and its eyes are bulging with like mottled teeth, and like it's clearly died in some agony with a slash to its belly. Like maybe you sort of scooch it to one side so that other people don't have to go over it. You can see actually a little bit further down, there's something else on the floor. And as you get closer to it, you find it is a stick of dynamite with blood all covered on it. And you can see actually now there are other tracks leading towards an edge of a cliff. And you maybe get to the end of it and you look down and there's like a 30-foot drop down, opening up into a cavern.
Kiri, that rat was very big.
It was very big.
I think this tunnel must have made us smaller.
Oh, yes. Maybe that is secret. You go through a tunnel, you get smaller.
And there's this candle here that's like the size of my hand.
What?
We're clearly much smaller than we were.
We must be much
Whatever you do,
smaller now.
Do not light that candle.
Yeah, Vorsica, you see this and you're like, oh no.
You know what, Scrooge? You can't hit things with a candle. Why don't I take it off your hands?
You're right. It's no one's birthday. You should take care of it.
Good move. Yes.
Vorsha, they like having candles for atmosphere as well. Help.
That is a good point. No, we are going to need that back for atmosphere now, Vorska.
Oh, what a shame. I appear to have lost it.
Oh, trickery roll at disadvantage. It's in your hand.
No, am I behind? Am I like at the back? I was gonna take it.
We'll see what their roll is, and then we'll see. And then we can do one there.
10.
That's a success, I believe. So yeah, you managed to sort of palm it off. Riley, if you want to do something, you can, but it has to be with hiding the thing. So.
Oh yeah, it was like hiding it in my backpack. Like I have a huge pack on. I just like to slide it in.
Vorsica, you can feel like your friend Lauren is like, I've got it, like into the bag.
But we needed it for atmosphere.
Quite frankly, I'm the only person that can see. This was the thing that would have helped us see in the dark.
Yes, would have helped.
Your candle might not have helped. I mean, particularly given Squeege would be holding it at the front and then the rest of us couldn't see anyway, so it probably wouldn't have been helpful.
That is a good point.
Probably would have been helpful if I'd just given you this lantern I've had in my inventory this whole time.
Wait, you had lantern this whole time?
I have had a lantern in my inventory this whole time.
Out of nowhere,
Give
a
this
bright
to one of
light
you.
appears. Yeah. It's great when you look at character sheets, isn't it?
Why don't I have anything useful like that? I just have this violin.
Oh, it's a very beautiful violin. Don't
It
do
is
yourself
very
down.
beautiful. It is Stradivarius. Fantasy Stradivarius.
Fantasy Stradivarius. So, to ease for time, you make your way down the cliff edge, avoiding any trap that might have been on there.
She rips up part of her notes.
All notes done. And as you get down, you come into this sort of bigger cavern area. And as soon as are we still having the same sort of order? So Squeegee, you're at the front, and then it's
Kiri,
then Kiri,
Vorsha, then
Vorsha,
Riley.
then Riley at the back. Perfect. Squeegee and Kiri, as you are the first people to land down, you step down. Your feet stick to something on the ground, and as you look, you can see that there are like black inky like splotches on the ground, and then you see they are like almost tethered to other bits of the wall. You realize very quickly that this whole place is covered in like an inky web of some sort, like sticky thing, huge, massive.
Determine what the liquid is. Does it like match up with like the because there's some like sticky stuff in the other room, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Make a wilderness check for me. 4. Oh no. So that is failure with a plus. You know exactly what it is as you go and touch it. Make sure, and then you're like, oh, I'm now stuck to this. Oh no, it's a spider's web. And you know of spiders in the Land of Eem. Inkpot spiders. They're pretty brutal, but there can't be one here. And as you are starting to like try and tug your arm away, there's a twang as the whole web starts to move.
I have proficiency in hiding.
The rest of you are sort of slowly getting down. And again, your feet are sticking a little bit to the ground, but not as bad as Squeegee. And you just see Squeegee sort of like, if Squeegee had a proper face, that like, or could turn a paler shade of blue, it would do.
What's wrong?
He's squeezed all over the floor. Can't you feel it?
There is something down here. I think it might be an ink web spider.
Oh, shit.
But that would be impossible. There wouldn't be one here. That would be insane.
No, of course not. No spiders. Of course, no spiders here. In this giant cave that's connected to the basement that nobody told us about.
Squeech, are you stuck to its web? Is that what you're pulling on?
A gelatinous goo whose whole deal is that they make things stick inside them, wouldn't be stuck to something. That would be dramatic irony at its worst.
As you are all talking, you just hear off to the corner like this, oh dear, I think we have some visitors, yes? And down from the ceiling, you can all, those people who, Squeegee, you can see this in full HD. Everyone else can just see 1, 2, couple of limbs start to come down very slowly from the ceiling.
Oh dear. And
slowly but surely, this huge spider lands. If you imagine, like, I mean, we all imagine spiders. Sorry, I was like, if you imagine a spider, if you think of a tarantula blown up to full size but looks like a furry doll, that is what this looks like. Pure sort of like bluey black, many eyes, and it's each one of its sort of hands, each one of its legs has a like almost like a silver glove on it, and so it lands very delicately.
Can I just take my saw and start cutting away to see if I can get Squeege freed from the web?
How are you doing this?
I'm like hidden behind. Is it like a string that he's touched?
A thread of the web, essentially.
Just gonna really slowly just sort of start sawing away at it because I have a saw.
You do have a saw. I would like you to do sneak, please.
Oh no, I had a bad feeling.
What about everyone else? What's everyone else doing?
I would be trying to be like, hey, lady, we're not here to intrude. We just need paper.
6.
What Kiri said.
I would say you were like, hey, like trying to talk to this spider. So you get advantage on your roll, Riley.
6.
That's a success with a twist. So you're like, like desperately trying, and you're like, you're free, like really loudly. And the spider is like, oh, no, I don't like dinner like this. Can everyone roll for me? Because you kind of lost the chance to parlay because it's getting away.
We were attempting to parlay.
You did. It didn't work, unfortunately.
No, it did not work.
So if everyone rolls for me perception to tell me what order people go in.
10.
12.
And Squeech?
9.
9. Oh.
So we're all going before it then, because it's going on 6. Cool.
Yes, correct. All right, Kiri and Riley. Who would like to go first?
Kiri, you go.
Okay, I am going to pull out my violin and use it as a ranged weapon because that is something I can do.
Nice. Excellent. All right, so with range, it's a little bit different, but...
Playing some combat fighting music.
Excellent. So roll your D12.
Like Pirates of Caribbean.
Oh, yes, 1,000%. So roll your attack. So it's your D12 plus your attack bonus, and then I need you to take one from the final result.
Okay, 9.
9.
I
It
rolled
is...
an 11 and my attack is -1.
Oh no! Well, it's still just a hit though, so you roll your damage. That's really good though. 3 damage to its courage. So as you're playing like almost this battle music, you see like the spider puts up like 2 or 3 of its legs. Goes, I hate this guy. I hate Stradivariuses.
You have no taste.
Riley, you're going next. What would you like to do?
I have a question for the Games Master.
Of course.
How far away is the spider, and roughly what is the damage zone of a stick of dynamite?
You know what? These are good questions. These are very good questions. I would say that the spider, to you, because you are helping Squeege get out of its web, you have sort of Kiri and Vorska sort of trying to hide you guys from them. I'd say you are... there's nearby, far away, and distant, and another one, isn't there? I'd say you are the next one from nearby. So that is
it's close
Far
nearby,
away, I think.
far away distant.
Okay, you're perfect. So nearby, I'd say. You're not close to it.
And the range of damage of a stick of dynamite?
So the stick of dynamite is always going to be whatever your damage is for dread. So the range of it, I mean, it's dynamite. Are you proficient in dynamite, loyal chum? Is that a regular thing you use?
Well, I have one in my bag before I put an extra one in my bag.
Well, then, I think you would know that dynamite. It would I would say there's no area of effect. Luckily for this, so if you throw the dynamite at it, it will affect only that creature.
I am so going to use my flint and tinder to light the dynamite and launch it at the spider.
Fantastic. All right, make for me a range combat roll. So roll a d12 plus your attack, and then -1 to it.
9.
A 9 just hits. Roll your damage.
Yes. 2.
Oh no! You go and launch this. That's amazing. You go and launch this like dynamite, and you're like, and it bounces off like one of the limbs, and the spider's like, what's it? And it explodes, but it's very, very small. You think you used a bloody dynamite? It probably was like not expired. There you go. You get expired dynamite, and it still hurts. It's like, but it doesn't have the same impact as you thought it would.
Oh.
But that is your go. Vorsica, I believe you're next. Yes, Vorsica, what would you like to do?
I would like to take out one of my short swords and strike a fencing pose. One hand over my head, do some thing to try and hit the spider.
I love it. Okay, roll a d12 plus your attack, and then -1 from the actual total.
Oh dear. 5.
5, so you have a miss with a plus. Could you also roll for me a d6?
2.
The character misses, but disrupts the adversary's planned attack or action. So again, usually like, ha, you completely miss, but it takes the spider off guard. So it will have disadvantage on its attack in the next round. Because it's like, what the fuck, guys? You attacked me, a bloody spider. This is my bloody lair. And then, but that's it. So you don't hit it, but you've definitely put it off. You've definitely unnerved it, put it that way. Squeegee, what is your plan? So you're out of the web.
Vorsica is doing this fancy fencing, and there's this little blue blob that's like moving slowly behind it with a net, and then throws it, and then says, "How's this for dramatic irony?" And then throws the net on the spider.
Amazing. All right, roll d12 plus attack -1.
And that is a 7 plus 2 for attack.
Oh, very good. That is a hit. Roll your damage.
There's a 6 dread.
Oh, nice. That's a nice attack. So the net goes over the spider and it entangles up some of it. And what you forgot with this net, you had like little flint in it and stuff like it because you'd use it to troll stuff through. It cuts the spider's legs a little bit. And it's like, this is just so uncalled for. You come into my lair. I wanted a snack. And then you go and attack. It's now its go. Because you did quite a lot of damage to it. It's going to try and attack you, but with disadvantage because of Vorsica's distracting fencing techniques. So
my defense is 0.
Your defense is 0. Good to know. All right, so it's just a +1 to this. Ooh, with disadvantage, that is a complete miss. So rolling on the complete miss table, 1, The character misses and fumbles their weapon or item. The spiders don't really have weapons or items. I will say, though, it goes to like do a bite attack against Squeege. Squeege, you sort of, I don't know, flatten yourself like a pancake. And as a result, the spider completely misses and it gets entangled in the net even more and falls down and it's really struggling at it. So I think attacks in the next attack against it will have advantage. Then it is Kiri or Riley, who would ever like to go first.
Okay, I will just carry on playing my encouraging music to put it off its guard.
All right, roll your attack at -1.
I rolled an 11 again, so 9 total.
Damn, amazing. All right, yes, you hit it. Roll your damage.
3 again. I did the same rolls.
Hey, it all helps. It all helps. This time you're slightly close. Oh, and it would have been advantage as well. So do you want to roll the d12 again, just to check?
Just to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Fine. This time you're very it's very close to you, and you're like, you start speeding up the music, perhaps. There's a bit more of a beat, and the spider's like, no, I hate modern music.
This is pure art. You just don't understand it.
Stop it. And you can see now, if spiders had ears, which I'm sure they do, there's sort of something coming down the sides of its head. Riley, it is your go. This creature looks pretty bad. What would you like to do?
I'm going to take my frying pan again.
Do it. -1 to your overall result.
Oh yeah, no, I don't hit it.
What do you get?
Even with advantage, like the thing is, to hit it, I need to roll a 10 or more. So
yeah. What did you get? Was it just a hit with a miss? A miss with
a 6 and a 2 on the dice.
Cool.
I don't have any pluses.
So you miss, but there's a plus to it. So I was trying to get you your plus. It's 5. So you miss, but disrupts or delays other adversaries in the fight. Good to know. So yeah, you're like, and you try and hit it, but it's this creature is like rolling away from you because it's trying to get away from the source of music. And as you hit the ground, the noise of the frying pan sort of ends out, and you just go, "Oh, I hope there's no more spiders in here." But that is your go. Vorsica, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to say, Kiri, I love that piece. Keep it up. I do some flamboyant spin in time with the music and swing at the spider again.
Go for it. Roll your attack. -1.
11.
11. That is a hit. Roll your damage.
3.
3. How do you kill this inkpot spider?
Hey!
Spin around with the timing of the music, and can I slice through the webbing and it pulls and knocks itself out or kills itself with it from the fall damage?
Yeah, like a very cinematic, maybe kids film moment where you're like, ha, and he's like, nah, and hidden by the rubble and stuff. And then all is quiet. And you're like, all of you are like, whew. And then Kiri sort of finishes off like a coda on the violin, like, da, 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 da. And then it's silence as the dust starts to settle. And you sort of wait. Nothing else seems to come. And you can see that this cavern goes deeper and deeper into the cavern. It just goes deeper.
It must be very small now for the spiders to be that big.
Yes, it was very large spider.
Why would the spider not shrink as well?
No,
It
the
did not come through
spider
the
stayed
tunnel.
the same size. We shrunk because we went through the tunnel.
How do you think the spider got hit?
I do not know. Maybe there is another entrance.
That's most likely the case.
Let's keep going.
We must not go out the other entrance, though, because we will be very, very small. We must remember to go back through the tunnel.
I have had a thought. Did we actually search the office for a deed, and did we find one?
You did search the
We
office.
did search
We did search.
office, but
I
we
just
did
wanted
not
to make
find
sure that we did do a search and that we just didn't continue into the tunnel assuming it would be down here.
As if it would be that easy. Where I'm like, oh no, you've missed the whole adventure. No. You did search and you didn't find anything.
Is there a nest around for the spider?
Ooh, very good question. Make for me a search check. Anyone can do that if they like.
4.
4?
Well,
8.
12? 8? Okay, well, so you take a little bit of time to do it, but Vorsica, you're the one who finds it. You see towards the back of this, like I said, the cavern goes deeper and deeper, and it goes off to sort of the left. On the sort of the right-hand side, in the corner, you do see not a nest, but you see like a little treasure pile with a couple of, I mean, I mean, in real life, I don't think spiders have big eggs. These are certainly big eggs that are embedded into the wall, they currently aren't moving, but in front of it is a small treasure pile. You can see there are like bits and pieces. You think there are some components of magical things that you'd use in potions. One thing you do see that does stand out, there is a long sword jutting out of the pile. There's a bat that's off to one side, and randomly a ball and chain.
Does my plus 20% treasure hunting assist in any way here?
You know that's treasure.
Okay. I was wondering what it did, and I just thought I'd mention it.
No, it's good you did it. So Volsica's like, there seems to be, and you're like, yes, there's
that
like
is
treasure.
That is treasure for sure. 100%. 120%, that is treasure.
Is there a reason there would be a ball and chain? I have proficiency in treasure lore.
Yeah, make a lore check.
These are the best proficiencies.
That is 9.
9. You think, like, it's very weird. Treasure in the Land of Eem, can be say it's randomly generated. But you know that if there's a ball and chain to be found in a cavern, it's probably a sturdy one that basically can be always caught when it's tossed to someone.
Oh.
You also recognise, I'll give you for this, because that was quite a good roll, the bat looks quite heavy, and you know that heavy bats, once per combat, deal double dread damage.
Weege, have you ever thought of upgrading from a shovel to a bat?
I have had this shovel for many a time, but perhaps the time is right for me to wield a bat that does double damage in one round of combat. I will take the bat.
So are you guys going to get the treasure then, or are you going to leave it?
I think we'll take the treasure, yeah.
Okay, so just making sure. I don't know, you're like, yes, but we must continue. I don't know. So there is, like I said, so there's a steady ball and chain, which is always caught whenever it's thrown to somebody, so you don't have to make a check for it. There is a heavy bat that once per session, once per combat, it deals double damage. And then the long sword, anyone who wants to do a metal roll. Metal roll? Yeah, but one beginning with M.
I'll do it.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry. I'm not going to repeat it because I'm just going to pronounce it wrong again. So.
Oh, I rolled a 4.
A 4. The long sword you pull out, it's pretty good. It's all right for those who want to use it, but nothing special about it.
I prefer the feel of my frying pan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you use sword, don't you?
I'd say for the purposes, anyone can use any of these weapons. It's just the same. Everyone just deals the same. They're dread damage. There's not like a specialist thing on that. So anyone can use it.
I do like my fiddle, but I will keep just in case.
Good to know.
We can always sell it. Although
Yes.
what someone would want with a tiny sword, I have no idea.
If we take it back through the tunnel
It will
with us,
get
it
bigger.
will be normal size sword.
Yes.
All right. So I'm guessing you continue at this point. So you start going through the caverns, and you pass several other rooms that we will not go into for the sake of brevity. You pass a cave. You pass a cave full of weird mushrooms, and you go, nope, room full of mushrooms, rooms full of nightmares. You've had that story before. There is a pool, which, for the sake of brevity, I'd say, I don't know, Riley, oh, he's gone. Riley, you go, there's something strange in the pool, and everyone goes, no, we don't have time. We have to find the deed.
But Riley, we come back and we swim with creature in pool, okay?
As you leave, Riley, you look behind, and there's creatures like waving at you, come visit me later. And then you make it to, at the end of this sort of trial and tribulations, you get to the end, and you see crystals everywhere. All this time, like, you've had the lantern and stuff, and it's lit the way for most of it. But as you're going further and further in this cave, you see these crystals starting to appear, and suddenly, on the ground in front of you, you see a skeleton surrounded by these sort of enormous crystals that are sprouting up like asparagus spears. The skeleton is, you recognize it is a goblin, but more importantly, you recognize it has a hard hat on it. And it is a goblin that was in the service of Grog and Sons, Inc. And it just appears to be lying on the ground. And its pack is next to the skeleton.
Seriously, Wooly really, really didn't tell us very much about what was underneath his waffle house. I mean, come on, there's like a massive hole out of his desk at his office, and then he goes into a big spider's den, and now there's this creature in the lake. And honestly, Wally really needs to look at what's down here.
We've encountered one killer rat and no glowing cheese.
I'm very disappointed.
It's very disappointing, actually. I was looking forward to glowing cheese.
I really wanted to know what the glowing cheese would do.
Is the goblin's hard hat nicer than mine?
It is pretty shiny.
Is the goblin's dead from
Yeah, it's a skeleton.
It's a skeleton, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the hard hat off the goblin. It's mine now.
Easy enough. You go, you slouch over, you pick it up, and as you pick it up, a memo falls out onto the ground.
I will take memo if Squeege is taking hard hats.
So the memo, as you read sort of aloud for the sake of brevity to everyone else, it says that it is from the desks of Krog and Sons Inc. And it's telling the detail, it's sort of in detail talking about this goblin's mission to steal Wally's property deed and learn why Subterranean Pits and Lairs Limited wants Wally's property so bad. And you realise that Grog and Son is the other sort of rival company, and they are vying for different caves and mines and stuff. And now you think about it, well, the rat before had been killed with a knife. There was a bloody stick of dynamite. So someone had been here and managed to get through all these different amazing rooms, but had died just before reaching the end.
Guess what killed him?
Maybe it was rats.
Can I look at the body and see what killed it?
Yes.
Or the skeleton, and see if I can work out what killed it?
Yes. Death killed it. No, you can make for me a vitality check to me.
Oh no. That's
No?
a 4.
Impossible to tell. Skeletons, they're always dead. The ones you've attacked, been pretty dead. This one is still sleeping, or at least is still dead. You're not sure.
I'm a little bit worried about what's going to come next.
And as you say that, you hear a cackle, and out of this darkness, a huge killer rat appears, about maybe the size of an actual warg. So think like proper direwolf size. Its eyes are beady red. It's sort of more with the teeth bleeding down. But most importantly, on top, it's a very small child-sized paper crown with the words Wally. So like, yes, King Click has got you. Yes, King Click, that's me. Yes, you come to my lair. Welcome, come in. Again, this rat is huge, and you can see on the bit, there's like little bumps and pustules that clearly have grown. This is unnatural, to say the least.
Hey, do you think you are king because you have crown? I have lots of crowns, you see? See, I am queen because I have lots of crowns.
Well, it's nice to have a visiting royalty come to my lair. But no.
Mr. Click, King.
That's King Click to you, Smalley.
King Click. Do you have any glowing cheese?
No, I ate it all.
Oh, you ate all the cheese. That is good.
Yes.
We were looking for cheese, but you've ate it, so it's fine.
Stop! And it sort of slams its little paws down. Slams the paws down. It's like, no, King Click is monologuing right now before you fight them. King Click has largest brain. King Click is superior. King Click has what you seek. And sort of looks like, deed, and then pulls out a very tiny crumpled bits of paper with like what looks like a rosette on it. He goes, yes, Click has deed, and with deed comes freedom. Yes, power over Waffle King. Freedom for rats everywhere. And the voice booms. And he goes, you want deed? You help King Click take over Wally's.
Is King Click holding the deed in one of his feet/hands?
Yeah, like sort of like tiny, like it's a, compared to the rest of him, it looks like his hand has gone through a tiny tunnel. It looks very small holding the steed. So yes.
I mean, I'm assuming this isn't how it was intended to be used, but can I throw the ball and chain at the hand with the deed? And because it's always caught.
Drop the deed to catch it.
I fucking love this. This is amazing. Okay, make for me. Hang on, I'm gonna make because he's gonna catch it. But
Genius.
I want to see though. Hang on, I want to see. Make for me. Like, what do you do? Do you just throw it with like or do you say something?
Catch.
Then make for me either a charmed or inspired check. See if the King Click listens to you.
Oh no, 5.
A failure, but with a plus. So you throw the thing at him. Here, catch. The King goes, passes it to his hand, catches it. Thank you. Oh, I love gifts, me. I'll listen to you for one more round before I attack.
Look, King Click, why do you want to take over Wally's? He is closing down anyway. You have no power.
The one with the Stradivarius, good instrument, by the way. It asks
Beautiful, thank you.
Mwah. It's a little chef paw. Mwah. Look, I want revenge on Waffle King, because Waffle King has been eating killer rats, been serving us to overlanders.
Yes, he did say that.
Wally is killing friends. I want to kill Wally and Wally's friends.
How would you cook them?
It's a very...
Would you turn them into some kind of waffle?
How would you make them into a waffle?
How would you
Yes,
do
how
that?
would you make waffle?
All right, fuck it. I want you to do me a do me a charm roll with advantage because he's a big egotistical fucker.
9.
A 9 is a success. It's like, no one's ever asked me before of my business plans and ventures. And I understood you completely, even though you speak so weirdly. I will tell you all about it, and starts blathering on an incredibly detailed and amazing plan that I will put in the edit. But,
Thank you.
but currently, Click is currently distracted with the deed in one hand, but talking squarely at Squeege about their plans for when they get out and defeat Wally.
I mean, that sounds delicious.
I know, right? And you know what? I've had this idea for a challenging hot sauce thing, but using those killer mushrooms in the other room. I'm so glad you didn't go. They are monsters.
Do you die if you eat mushroom?
No, well, mushrooms eat you. They're not fun, guys.
Right.
Done. Boom, boom. All right. What do you want to do?
Vorsh, can you take deed while he is distracted?
I can try.
You're the trickery one.
Yes. So if it's one per session, you can spend a quest point?
Which skill is this for you?
Sticky fingers.
No one's used their quest point, so yeah, you can use one and then do it again. Yeah, absolutely. So make that roll for me.
Like in the Temple of Doom, I'd like to replace the deed with the ace I stole from...
Hey, it comes around. It comes around.
Do it.
8.
8 is a success with a twist. So there is that moment again. You're also talking, and the rat, Squeegee. You see this in a way, like you can just see Vorska coming behind it. The rat's sort of like talking to you, like blah, 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 blah. The spittle is like driving your face back a little bit, and you just see Vorska go, yes, and everyone else is like, yes, and the rat goes, and that is why I will be the best king ever. Looks at his hands. Looks at you.
You ever heard of prop comedy?
That is where we'll roll initiative. Everyone roll for me a perception roll and tell me what you guys get.
9.
8.
10.
8 as well. Okay, so you're with Orska. Oh, wow, you guys roll really well. All right, Kiri, you are going first. King Rat is screaming in Squeegee's face and is a huge son of a bitch. What would you like to do?
Stab him with my longsword.
Ah, yes, excellent. Roll your d12 and attack, and then -1.
Okay, 10.
10 is a hit. Roll your damage.
1.
1. So you panic.
I can't use swords.
So you go to stab. You nick a little bit of the on the king's paw, and he goes bursts into laughter. And as you pull back the sword, you look at it. in the sheath of it, there is a jester's face in it. And you think every time you hit with a sword, the target bursts into laughter constantly.
Oh!
But that is your go.
Yes!
Riley, it is your go.
Oh, I'm gonna whack him with a frying pan.
Do it. So, add your attack and then -1.
Oh, well, I only rolled a 2, and I don't have any attack.
Oh, no. That is a complete miss. Can you roll for me a d6 for me?
3.
A 3. A character misses and accidentally hits an ally or object in the environment for a negative effect. Riley, unfortunately, Squeegee, you're in the way. Riley goes to hit. Boom! Hits you. You will have disadvantage on your next attack because you're busy wobbling about.
Oh, Squeegee, I'm sorry.
So, yeah, but you don't take any damage. You just take a negative effect, which is disadvantage.
Okay.
Vorska or Squeegee, whoever wants to go next.
Vorska?
I got a 5. Is that not after?
Oh, sorry.
I think we said ours at exactly the same time.
Fair enough. Okay, so it is Squeegee. Vorska, you are after the thing. Thank you for being honest. Okay, Squeegee, it is your go. You're like recovering from this blur.
Can I hit them with the bat without using the ability, given that I have disadvantage? Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is more. It's more like you choose when you use it.
Cool. First one's a 12.
It's
+2, it would have been a 14. The second one is an 11 +2, so it's a 13.
amazing. And -1 because of the rat's defense. So.
Oh, the rat's defense, yeah, cool. So it would be 12, cool. And then can I can say now that I can double it, or
absolutely, yeah. I'm not going to be that. So that is a critical hit on the rat.
Okay. So I rolled a 5. Doubled would be a 10.
10. Yep.
And then what does a critical do?
So the critical doubles it again. It's double.
Shit.
So 15 or 20?
We'll do 15.
Cool.
Do that. So you don't kill it, but how do you describe this? This is the biggest damage you folks have done. So what is it? How do you hit this creature?
I don't really get it either. And then I hit him in the face with the bat.
And as you hit it into the side, this rat, the crown falls off. He's like, no, my one thing.
I feel bad for him. He had a really sound business plan.
Yeah, and the leg cripples in a little bit. But you can see still angry, eyes bright red. It is its go. I mean, you did the greatest damage, Squeegee. It's gonna come for you. It's gonna roll. It's -1 to its attack. Doesn't do it, man. I cannot hit you guys. It tries to pounce at you, Squeegee, and again you drop down. Again, you're very good at flattening yourself, and as a result, 'cause it missed with a plus though. Oh, interesting. It misses, and the King Click rolls over the top of you, and hunkers down a bit, and it's like all sides. He is now frantic. So the next attack against him will be at disadvantage because he's like, "No, King Click must defeat Waffle King." Vorsica, it is now your go. What would you like to do?
So I have the deed.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is King Click?
King Click is nearby, so you can easily get up to him if you wish to.
I think I will do that.
Excellent.
I will run up to King Click, draw a sword, and try and stab him.
Nice. Do it. -1 to the overall result.
6.
Advantage. Sorry.
Yeah, disadvantage. Yep. Thank you for reminding me. That was very good.
Still a 6.
So you go to hit King Click, but then he turns around and lashes. He's going to try and give you a counter attack. So he's going to try and roll you. So roll your damage, actually.
4.
You slam into him, and he's like, again, really weak on his knees. Almost took him out completely then. But he's going to roll to hit you back. Complete bloody miss. Man, I'm going to get rid of these dice. These D12 are not for me.
You never roll them, so you never know how good they are.
It's true. This creature tries to get at you, completely misses you, but as a result, it sort of whips its tail around and hits. I've got 4 people. It hits Kiri. So you duck out the way. You don't take any damage again, but you're sort of disorientated. So your attack will be at disadvantage next time.
Okay, I'm going to not get any closer and just whip out my instrument and start to play again.
Do it. You're going to do that. That's a ranged one, isn't it?
Yeah, ranged attack.
All right, still -1.
I'm gonna miss. It's 2.
You suddenly get it, and you see the rat going, I actually really like modern music.
Oh, great! You've got such good taste.
Oh, thanks. There's a moment, like that real character moment you bond with them.
Yeah.
Riley, it's your go. What would you like to do?
I don't want to get squeegee again, but I really want to try this, so I'm going to try again with my frying pan.
Do it. -1 to the overall result.
8.
8. It hits, but with a counter attack. But I think your damage might just do it. Roll your damage.
3.
How do you kill King Rat?
I want to run up and I want to have 2 hands on my frying pan, and I'm going to bring it down hard as I can on the top of its head. I'm like aiming for like between the ears.
As you go to it, you can see the crown was like trying to get back. It's on. It's one of those weird Wally crowns, and it's like, no, the crown guts off. And it goes, no, splat.
Yes.
And a silence echoes all around, and you see the rat's body fall to the ground. Its hand shoots up. The ace, slowly but surely, goes down on the ground next to Vorsica, who can easily pick it back up and put it into with all the collections. Yeah. But you have the deed and you have things. So for the expediency of time, you make your way back through the dungeon, not facing any trouble from any of the guards that were hiding outside. You bypass the creature in the lake, which was definitely not great. And there's mushrooms. You're like, no. You make your way all the way back up and you come out into Wally's. The pub is still full and busy and sort of vibrant. And you sort of come up and Wally goes, well, I mean, you're covered in blood. Good.
I got a new crown, look.
Oh my god, I think that's an original.
No, we also found deed. We went through this tunnel that shrank you. It was very interesting.
Wait, you know what? I will ask about that. I'm sure that'll be absolutely fascinating. Find out the logistics of shrinking tunnels. But you've done it. Oh my goodness. Well, slap me with a saberfish, as Leaf Lavender used to say. You found my deed. We are saved. Look, everyone. And he turns to the rest of the crowd. Look, these heroes have saved our restaurant. Waffles and Rascal Cider for all. They're on the house. And you can just see the 2 goons in the corner from subterranean pits and lairs are like, no, fuck, we'll be back. And they sort of go through the fire exit of the Fantasy Tavern. And Wally is like, friends, I want to reward you for saving the day. How about a discount? No, wait, what am I saying? You folks eat for free. Forever. That's right. Fluffy waffles, juicy warg meat, and as much as you like. Look, your money is worthless here. It's the least I could do for helping me.
Oh, that's exciting. Although I don't think I'm going to be eating the warg meat.
No, I will have waffle.
But I'd like the not rat waffle, please.
Not the rat waffle, no. The other
Not rat waffle, please,
The vegetarian waffles. I am suddenly vegetarian now. Maybe just in this place, but vegetarian.
Vorsica, you were going to say something as well.
Now, we've given you the deed. Do you have the rest of the notes of how to make rat burgers?
And he goes, yes, come by my newly refurbished office tomorrow and I will reveal all when I do my expansion. And that is where we're going to end with the Land of Eem. Oh my goodness, you guys did amazing. That was awesome. The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were Amy, Naomi, Callum, and Elle. This episode's RPG was The Land of Eem, a fantasy RPG designed and written by Ben Costa and James Parks. You can find out more information about The Land of Eem on the official Land of Eem website. That's landofeem.com. You can also download the open beta bundle as a pay what you want for product on Drive-Thru RPG. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for the latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply.